Welcome to the Healthy Seas podcast, a show about what we need to do to have just that, healthy seas and a healthy future. I'm your host, DiMiceli, and in each episode, we talk about the problems facing the seas and oceans and the solutions we have to fix them. Come on in, the water's fine. As an organization, Healthy Seas often focuses on the environmental impact of ghost nets, those dangerous lost nets that haunt our oceans. But how much do we really know about the fishing net industry itself? Have we ever thought about how these nets are made or what innovations could help reduce their environmental footprint? Today we're diving into the heart of the issue, not from the perspective of the aftermath, but from the source. Ioakeim Diamantidis from Diopas has taken his family's fishing net business, a long-standing tradition, and transformed it with cutting-edge innovation. He's here to share how the fishing and fish farming industries are evolving, blending tradition with modern technology to produce nets that are recycled and also recyclable and more sustainable. This is an episode for anyone curious about the role the fishing net industry can play in protecting our seas, and Ioakeim is the perfect guide to shed light on that journey. Hi, Ioakeim. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So let's dive right in. Can you briefly introduce to us what Diopas does and where you operate?
Diopas is a family business located in North Greece, in Thessaloniki, in the village of Ioakeim, and we produce fishing nets, fish farming nets, sport nets, and any other kind of netting.
And how did you get started in this industry of making nets?
Everything started a long time ago in 1958, when our grandfather, Ioakeim Diamantidis, we have the same name, started selling fishing nets locally in our village. After his death in 1982, my father and my uncle continue the business, and step by step they increase it and start working also with other kind of nets like aquaculture, sport nets. And around 12 years ago, when I entered the business, we start knitting the nets. So we start importing raw material, yarns, and make the nets on big looms.
Okay, so before you weren't making the nets yourselves?
Yes, before we was importing the net, and we was doing the assembling, let's say. Because on the net you have to put nets, you have ropes, floats, weights, and you have to make it customized according to clients' needs. So after I entered the business, we start making also the net. And instead of importing netting, we start importing yarns.
Raw materials, okay. And since you've been in this business, in this industry for so long, what are the changes that you have seen from what your grandfather may have seen to what you're seeing now?
First of all, the raw materials have changed. In the past was wool, then became nylon. Now we have fibers like Dyneema, which is synthetic and very high strength. It's the same material that bulletproof jackets are made. So depend the use and the kind of fish in aquaculture, we use different kind of net and different kind of raw material. So one of the biggest changes was the raw materials. And of course, the quantities. Fish farming companies and fishing boats in the past was small. Demand for fishes is growing. So fishermen and aquaculture companies must grow also. So instead of using a small net, now they must use huge nets to catch or to have fishes in the aquaculture.
And Greece is actually one of the main countries for aquaculture.
For sea bass and sea bream in Mediterranean, Greece is the biggest together with Turkey.
And is there a particular reason why it's grown so large in Greece?
The coastline helps a lot because in order to have aquaculture, you need the coast with small gulfs protected. And Greece, if you see the map, Greece is great for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Many islands also.
Yeah.
So it's a great place to have a fish farm, aquaculture.
Mm-hmm. Now, your company is a great innovator in this field. Is this level of innovation common in your industry? And we'll be getting to your innovations in just a moment.
It's not very common because, first of all, in order to make an innovation, you have to spend time, you have to spend money, you must have this mentality to make innovations and to collaborate with universities. And we have it. And we do it a lot of collaborations with universities, research centers, and we want to risk and try new things for the industry.
Can you explain your latest collaboration with Aquafil to make the first aquaculture net that is 100% recycled and recyclable?
So we received the first yarn from Aquafil, the ECONYL. We make some trials, and we create the first circular net made out of 100% ECONYL, regenerated nylon. So old nets, nylon nets, and old plastics, nylon plastics, regenerated, and new yarn came out of this. But what we do different, what we have done extra from just the net, we made also the ropes and the sewing threads from ECONYL.
The
Because
what?
when
are
you
they?
the ropes and the twines.
Oh, okay. So this is
the sewing thread. Yes, because when we make an aquaculture net, we have to combine nets, ropes, and twines.
Okay.
So we assemble all together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with net structures, so that's helpful.
So let me explain you. When we assemble a net, we combine netting, ropes, and twines.
Okay.
Usually, almost always, those materials are different. Net different, rope is different, twine is different raw material. So what that means, you have to separate when you send for recycling.
Oh.
You have to separate the rope from the net because it's different raw material. So what we have done extra in this first net made out of ECONYL, we create also the ropes and the twines from ECONYL. So it's 100% all the parts of this aquaculture net made out of ECONYL. What that means, after some years, when the life of this net arrives to the end, we will send as it is for recycling. We will not need to separate the materials.
So much easier.
It will be so much easier in the future. And this net is being tested for over 5 months in a Greek aquaculture company. And actually this week we'll arrive in our facilities to make the first tests and inspection to see how it goes.
Okay, so that's happening right now.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
Around 5 months ago, we put it in the sea with fishes inside. So it's a test in an original scale. It's not just a small piece of net. It's a standard size with normal dimensions and fishes inside. Everything like normal. And this net is tested in a Greek sea.
Very cool.
We look forward to receive it in our facilities this week to make the first evaluation and the first checks. Because there is no history of such kind of nets.
No.
Nobody made it in the past.
That's really exciting. So you put the net in the water 5 months ago, and now you're actually removing the net, and you'll do a full inspection in-house.
In-house.
Okay.
So after the first inspection, if we see that everything is like the standard nets, we will send it again to the aquaculture for the second round of tests. But everything until now looks great.
That's exciting. That's really good.
It's exciting because nobody tried before. It's the first in the world.
That's even better.
Then we will send back again for the second round of tests.
Okay. To see the integrity and its strength and all the things.
Everything. We will check all the things as we do with a standard net.
How long do you think it would take with all this testing?
To be honest, for aquaculture, you cannot receive the results the same day. You have to wait. You have to make trials. But after this first evaluation, we will understand because we will compare it with something that is already existing in the market. Mm-hmm. So we know approximately how it must be. I think after the second evaluation, in approximately 5-6 months more, we will be almost sure for the results.
All right. We're going to have to do a follow-up interview to hear about these results and make sure everybody knows that this thing is on the market.
We have to make a follow-up after the tests, after the results.
Okay.
Because, everybody wants it, but nobody wants to try it. Because it's risky in such a scale, because there are fishes inside. So the accident will cost a lot. Mm-hmm. So nobody wants to take the risk. But as I told you, you must have the mentality to do all these things.
Yeah. But you found a company to risk it with you.
Yes. A fish farming company in Greece.
They're just as open to innovation and progress as your company is.
We choose the correct one.
So in theory, you'll have this circular economy because you'll be able to recycle your old nets and then make them new again.
Yes. The idea is the old nets to go for recycling, and then with a new yarn to make again nets. And this is circular 100% because from old nets we make again new nets.
Fantastic. Oh man, I love that. So what are some other innovations that you're working on?
Before of the recycled nets, let's say, we have created some artificial reefs made out of netting.
Artificial reefs made out of netting?
Reefs, yes. So you can install reefs made out of netting instead of concrete or big ships. So you can create this artificial park made out of netting.
Oh, wow. Okay. And it doesn't catch fish?
No, cannot catch the fish, but can protect the fish.
But protects the fish?
Protect the fish, not catch the fish, protect the fish.
Oh, how does that work?
That works because it's designed not to catch fishes, but to have the shape to protect the fishes. So fish can go inside and be protected from the biggest fishes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And they're not getting wrapped up in these nets. It's becoming a safe place for them.
Safe places
for
the fishes.
How interesting.
So one innovation is this. Another, we are doing a lot of research for ecological anti-fouling for the nets.
So that stuff doesn't grow on it?
Yes, because we don't want to grow different stuff on the nets. So we have to use some liquids, some coatings. We try to find more ecological coatings.
Okay, yeah.
So one more is this. Another one is we create some nets that reduce the diesel consumption for the fishing industry, for the trawlers. So if they use this kind of nets, they reduce the oil consumption, which means less cost for them, less diesel, but of course, less gas emissions in the environment. Because if consumption is less, also the gas emissions will be less. Two good things, one for the fishermen, one for the environment.
Excellent.
And also we are creating in our facilities a big aquarium, a research aquarium.
Oh, really?
So, yes, we have an area around 2,000 square meters where we build big aquarium tanks. And in each tank, we will have something different. For example, in one, we will show the fishing industry. In another one, we will show the fish farming industry. Actually, we want to show what is happening below the waterline because nobody knows. Everybody sees just the boats and the plastics on the fish farms. But below waterline, nobody knows. So we want to educate people what is happening, how the blue economy is working below the water.
Oh, so it's open to the public?
It will be open to the public. Now we are constructing it.
Excellent. Yeah.
So in the new factory, we have the production, okay, but we have the aquarium, and we give also 500 square meters to a Greek university to have a laboratory in our factory.
Very cool. Yeah, these are really excellent innovations.
Is innovation unique? And, we are not a very big company to have our own R&D department. But in collaboration with universities, we can do this research. Universities can do the research. We can create the product. If we work together, we can have great results.
It's all about partnerships. It really helps to scale the work, doesn't it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. What was the driver to doing all of these new innovative things in terms of the materials that you're using and the new ways you're doing things and the processes? Did legislation play a role, or were there more requirements or consumer demand? What made you take all these new steps that many companies aren't taking?
Of course, we have to follow the request of the clients to see what is their needs and create the product for those needs. But we must have the mentality to make new things, to make innovation, to spend time for new things, to have always the door open for new ideas. So if we combine all this together, then very nice things are coming. Of course, you cannot have the result at the same time. You must wait. You must work hard. You must spend a lot of time. Many times you don't succeed. You don't arrive where you want, but maybe something new will come.
And so it's just the desire to create something new. That's
The desire to create always something new. My father is saying continuous improvement.
Continuous improvement. It's good. And talking about going back to the partnerships with universities and talking about collaborations, can you explain your collaboration with Healthy Seas? When it started, how, what is it about?
Collaboration with Healthy Seas started many years ago, around 7-8 years ago. Actually, Veronica Maikos came and we met. At that time, all these things about recycling and all nets and things like that was not very common.
No, when they started, it wasn't.
But step by step with Veronica, we start talking, they visit us, show what we do, show that we are serious, and we start making this first loads of old nets, used nets.
So you guys also collect old nets?
Yes, because when the clients send the nets to us, we make evaluation and we see if this net, we can repair it or not. So if we can repair it, we repair and send it back to the client. If we cannot repair, we keep it. And when we have enough quantity, we send for recycling.
For recycling, okay. And it's any kind of net or specifically fishing farm nets?
We collect from fishing industry and fish farming industry.
Okay.
But in fishing industry, quantities are very small compared to fish farming, to aquaculture.
And are you guys receiving the nets that Healthy Seas is now collecting from the ghost fish farms?
Yes. We already received the first from one cleanup.
Was it the one this summer? They did such an amazing job.
Ghost farm is not something common, but if happened, Healthy Seas is there to clean it.
Yeah, they're doing really good work.
And of course, we are here to assist them and help them with the old nets. So we receive the old nets, and together with others, we will send for recycling.
Mm-hmm. What challenges are there for this industry today that you have to try to overcome?
For the aquaculture industry?
Mm-hmm. Or and also the net production industry?
There are many problems, not problems, many challenges. You have to be environmental friendly, you have to be efficient, you have to take care about your employees. There are many things that you have to combine in order to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And the environment is one of the first priorities that we must have to protect the environment, not only with our products, but with our daily operation.
I mean, without the environment, you're not going to have a business.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This business is connected with the environment.
Would you say those are the same challenges with aquaculture and fishing in general, or do they encounter other challenges as well?
Aquaculture have many challenges because you have the fishes inside the water. You have to wait a lot of months, maybe more than a year, until you sell the product. So you have a lot of problems or accidents that can happen, like the temperature of water, like some diseases maybe. So you have to be there and always on alert. And it's a production that is below the water. You don't see the fishes. It's not cows or sheep to have them on land. Yeah,
that makes it much more difficult to see what's going on.
Much more difficult and stress, and you have a lot of stress and anxious about the production.
Despite these challenges, though, or to address these challenges, how do you see the industry changing in the next 10 years?
Demand for fishes, I think, will grow because it's the most clean protein, the most sustainable protein. Because for the production of 1 kilo of fish, you need approximately 1 or a little more than 1 kilo of feed, compared to other animals where you need a lot to produce 1 kilo of meat. And of course, the fishes are not consumed fresh water like all the other animals.
That's true.
Of course, it's very healthy protein. So I think demand for fishes will grow. And the population of Earth is growing, so demand will grow. Maybe we'll change the species, salmon or sea bass or sea bream or whatever. Mm-hmm. But demand will increase.
What about in the net production industry? What changes do you see for the next 10 years?
So to connect the fish farming, netting production also, they will need the nets to grow all these fishes. So it's going together. We hope to increase also in the future, in the next 10 years.
Do you see other companies also trying to innovate and improve their practices, their materials, all the things?
There are some companies that try to do it, but I think more companies must do.
The more the merrier when it comes to being more eco-friendly.
Also in our daily life, that we must be more. We must take care more about the environment. Like this, the businesses and the companies must do it.
Yeah, we really need to be more conscious of the environment. What are the next steps that you and Healthy Seas will be taking together?
Together with Healthy Seas, we want to increase our collaboration, which means more cleanups, more connecting, more nets from collections, and more recycling in the end. And again, more new products made out of recycled nets.
Excellent. I wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you very much.
This was really exciting to learn about today. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for the work that you're doing. We certainly need more of that. Healthy Seas is a nonprofit on a journey from waste to where. Founded in 2013, the organization aims at reducing marine litter caused by lost fishing gear through cleanup, prevention, and education activities. The nets collected by Healthy Seas are subsequently reused and recycled and used by its partners for the creation of new products.